It's all on the line over in the Asian Cup with Vietnam and Indonesia in a must-win scenario. Who's going to take advantage? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we look forward to Vietnam against Indonesia over in the Asian Cup. And we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang to all things Asian Cup related, Babylon related, world football related. We're all here, boys. Under one Ruski, that's right, of course. Vietnam and Indonesia got off to bumpy starts, of course, losing to heavy hitters in their respective group. But this is a must-not-lose game for both nations as they want to keep their hopes alive. Of course, we'll take a little look in a second. This one, of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you're interested in helping out, check out the links down below. Of course, we're looking forward to this one, that's right, between Vietnam and Indonesia at the 19th of January at the Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium. Now, so of course, remind ourselves how we got to this point with Vietnam. They qualify as second round Group G runners-up. They secured the deal on the 15th of June 2021. It's their fifth finals. 2019 was their last. They were fourth place finishers back in 1956 and 1960. Those days are long, long ago. But Philip Trussier is your man to try and change that. Philip Nigerian is your star man with 100 to 1 to go the distance. I do have them making the last 16 some way, somehow. And I think a big part of that is a result here today against Indonesia. So we'll see if they can do just that. Of course, opening it up with that 4-2 defeat to Japan. Of course, they gave us a bit of a heart attack, didn't they? Vietnam with a 2-1 lead. I think even it was just before half time. I think it all changed. In fact, I think Japan just got themselves back in extra time. 4-2 a loss though, so a bit of a surprise performance there for Vietnam. Sets them up for this one, of course. They can get a point or more here. They'll then put themselves in a position where they'll have to take on Iraq and show them what they're all about. But currently find themselves in third, staring at elimination. Of course, take a look at my starting 11 then, shall we? Of course, I don't know the star men here, but we'll give it a go. Din Truku is here. Tuan Tai, Du Mani, Tan Bin, Tan Tai, Tuan Na, Quang Hei, Huang Dunk, Van Kang, Van Tone, and Tuan Hai. That's right. Of course, everybody knows that. Of course. But let's take a look at the opposition. Indonesia coming at you as third round Group A runners-up. 14th of June 2022, they secured their berth here. It's their fifth tournament. 2007 was their last, but they never made it out the group stages, of course. Shin Tae-yong is your manager there with Sandy Walsh, your key man for Indonesia. 350 to 1 to go the distance, and again, struggles ahead for Indonesia. I think a group stage elimination happens. But they do come into on the back of that 3-1 loss to Iraq on the opening day. They currently find themselves bottom of the charts here and set themselves up for this game. This is it. It's all or nothing for Indonesia. Of course, Japan will turn them over. There's no question about that. But they must win this game. If they win this one, then, of course, 3 points may or may not be enough. It will just put them in the conversation moving forwards. Take a look at the squad. We've got Ali between the sticks. We've got Baggett, McDougallman, Amat, Rido, Jenna, Ramadi, Suleiman, Ferdinand, Struck, and Sayuri. Sandy Walsh could be in there somewhere. We'll see if he does as well. Take a look at the numbers then. The number crunching between these two sides. They have played each other 12 times since 2012. 4 wins for Vietnam, 1 for Indonesia, 7 draws. The draws is a very highly likely result here. 4-0 wins the biggest for Vietnam. In fact, they got 19 goals in 12 games, 1.58 goals a game on average. Indonesia, though, 2-1 win, their biggest and only win. In fact, they got 11 goals in those 12 games, 0.92 goals a game on average. Indonesia, though, rocking just 8% form for them without a win in the last, I don't even know, 6 games at the very least. Vietnam just 1 win in 6, 17% form for them as well, heading into this one. Of course, the previous match between these two sides was a 2-0 win for Vietnam back in January 2023. It was in the semi-finals of the Suzuki Cup, of course. But the bookies' odds on this one do have Vietnam 11-8 on for the victory. They are favoured here. 7-2 is your Indonesia. 3-1 is, of course, the draw here. The public vote is out there, and the public vote has got Vietnam at 65%, Indonesia at 30%. The draw is at 5%. My public vote, or my own opinion on this one, is a little bit crazy. I'm sitting on the fence here, a 1-1 draw. I think Vietnam had the quality to win this game, but I think just Indonesia will just have something about them, maybe a resolute. It's going to be backs to the wall, park the bus mentality, and this could do them both a very, very humongous disservice to each other. A draw will probably eliminate both of you in the process, which I don't want. I want to see your Vietnams, your Indonesias compete to the final end here. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 1-1 draw, though, which, of course, is not going to be great for the competition for both of these nations. But that is, of course, my take on it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, of course, as we look forward to this one. But until then, guys, we're done here. Subscribe, thumbs up. Catch you later for the next one.